For vsHacks 2026, our team of Daniel Jacob, Tarun Ganesan, and Anghelo Lazaro created Shipping Frenzy. You all may be wondering, Daniel, why did your team decide to make a video game at a hackathon? Usually at hackathons, teams make websites or apps, so this is a bit unconventional. Well, when the theme first got announced and I saw that it was automation, the first thing that came into my head was some reason Roblox.
Huh?
You might be wondering, like, what am I doing? Why Roblox of all things? Well, back in the day, when I was like an innocent young boy and everything was sunshine and rainbows, every day after school, I went on my computer and played Roblox. Especially Roblox Tycoons. And that's what drew my attention. After coming up with this thought, I knew it was our team's destiny to make a tycoon-like game for this hackathon because it fit way too perfectly with the theme. At the start of Shipping Frenzy, everything is manual. Packages appear and you have to meticulously drag each one to the correct country's loading platform before the plane leaves. Your goal to win the game is to ship 5,000 packages, but that won't be possible the way you start out in the game. Every package you successfully ship earns coins. Those coins let you upgrade your warehouse and slowly transform an impossible job into an automated system. First, you unlock a conveyor belt, so packages arrive in a steady stream. Then robotic arms begin moving packages for you. Eventually, the warehouse can almost run itself. Almost.
Automation does not mean the player stops playing. Belts can jam, fragile packages need careful handling, rush hour events overwhelm the system, and incorrectly labeled packages may need to be caught before they reach the wrong country. The player's role changes from doing every task manually to managing, improving, and rescuing the automation they built.
This connects with the theme of the hackathon. Through this game, the player experiences automation and how it helps people achieve goals that cannot be achieved with manual labor. What begins as one person dragging boxes becomes a highly efficient network of robotic arms, conveyor belts, and other mechanisms to reach levels of output impossible through brute force. The player experiences the shift in focus from inefficient, tedious work to coordinating a network which will do that initial task for them.
Let's quickly show how everything works behind the game. We've separated our project into smaller systems so that one part could change without having to break everything else. First, we have config.js, which basically acts like the game's rulebook. It defines the country, the package types, the upgrade prices, and even the progression. And for example, if you want to change the price of any item, like for example, the robotic arm, we can change it here without having to touch the robotics arm's code. Then we have state.js, which is the game's memory. It helps remember things like your coins, your current day, the upgrades you bought, the package you shipped, and even your prestige multiplier. It helps save and restore your progress so you can return to playing a game again whenever you want. One of the most important functions of this game is the loop function, which is found in main.js, which is basically like the heartbeat of this game. Every frame has to tell the smaller systems to update. As you can see, right here, it updates. Updates the spawner, the arms, the advanced automation, everything. And this basically just creates packages, moves the robotic arm, runs the advanced machines, and redraws the hardware. The main loop doesn't need to know every single detail. It just tells each system when to do its job. Then moving on to platform.js, we have the function ship item. And this function basically runs our entire game. A package might be delivered manually by a robotic arm, by a sorter, or even by you. Every delivery has to go through the same checkpoint. It's basically how we can take tally of each item you shipped. This is where like the game rewards your coins, updates your score, loads the plane, and checks if you have reached the 10,000 package goal. That keeps the score consistent no matter how the package was shipped. And then finally we have advanced automation.js. This is where the automation systems are separated, and the scanner has to verify the labels, the sorter routes the packages, drones help with the overflow, and the AI employees prioritize problems like jams and fragile items. Because these pieces were separated, we can add another machine or event later without having to rebuild the entire game all over again.
At first, you're running that whole warehouse by yourself, dragging every single dang box to the loading platforms. And after some time, you might want to quit. But over time, with many upgrades, with many tireless hours, you'll finally get a warehouse that actually runs on its own. And you'll be very satisfied with your result, because the money will come raking in. And that's how you know you succeeded in this game.